So it's your boy Dame and Dame. I'm going solo right now. Not sure if Clint's going to show us. AKA Smooth, my broadcast partner. Hopefully everything is okay. We got a good show lined up tonight. First, first, first woman, Candace Parker, on the cover of the NBA 2K cover. Big moment for women everywhere. Candace Parker's, congrats, salute. Uh, Big achievement because a lot of good women before you should have been on the cover of an NBA 2K game, but they decided to just do men. Uh, Cheryl Swoops was one. Cynthia Cooper, my all-time favorite women's basketball player. Lisa Leslie. Uh, this is a big, big moment. Good achievement for women everywhere. So congrats. Want to get that out the way because there's nothing too much to say about that. Just I hope they stick with this cover because I do like it. You know, she is a baller. She does a good thing on the TNT broadcast crew too. She's a good analyst talking about the men's basketball teams. Um, hopefully she does a good her do. Hopefully she does her thing this year in the WNBA. So we're gonna move on to next on the losing men's USA basketball team losing. Um, they lost by 3 points, and I'm not sure how they can redeem themselves to be. They should never be no longer a dream team because those days are over with. Those dominant players, um, like you've seen in the past, like the first dream team was Magic, Bird. Even though they're out their prime, they're still useful. Except for Bird, he has back problems, but he can still shoot the lights out the ball. Um, yeah, Jordan, Clyde Drexler, Patrick Ewing, Scottie Pippen, Chris Mullin, John Stockton, Karl Malone, which I still don't like. I still don't think he's one of the greatest 50 players, but he did his thing. I'm gonna give him respect though. Um, this team right here, Draymond. I don't know if you can see all that. Draymond Green cannot score really, but he's a good defensive presence. Kyrie Irving, defensive liability. Carmelo Anthony, Trey, Trey Thompson, Paul George. Yeah, I'm not sure how this team lost. Did they lose focus? I'm not sure. Defense. I could say DeAndre Jordan on that team. There was no free throws being made there, but I agree. Our best is still playing in the NBA playoffs/finals, and I'm having technical difficulties. Don't know what happened. Uh, our best is still in the NBA playoffs in the finals, and LeBron isn't playing because he's not healthy all the way. AD, he should be on the team. Uh, they should be bringing over some more people who can actually fill those roles and fill the spots, like Draymond. Uh, Not feeling him on that team. DeAndre Jordan really not feeling him. I think they just need some bigs. Um, they could fill the spots. I'm not sure with who or who else can fill those spots. Anybody big on the team because most of the big men are European now. Giannis, the Joker for Denver Nuggets. Uh, Next on the topic is the hating of Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless rated that block last night, the finals game. As usual, he's always hating on LeBron. he's rating Giannis block better than LeBron James and more significant. I disagree wholeheartedly, 100%. I disagree with him because LeBron's block was do or die for the NBA Finals championship in 2016. Giannis was one play that which could have tied the game, and they still had another possession. And I'm not sure what is going on with Skip Bayless. What's all this hatred and vitriol toward LeBron? But it's got to stop because you can't call yourself a objective analyst if you're continuously going to keep hating on one person every chance you get. I'm not a big LeBron James fan, not the biggest, but I do like the way he plays on the court, except for the whining and the flopping. Um, I do like his game. You can pass, you can shoot, you can defend when you want to defend since you got older. But I don't see why Skip Bayless has been hating on LeBron since I think year two, three, he been out of high school. But as far as all the blocks, NBA Finals has happened, I can name a couple of key blocks that's up there. There's 1990 with Joe Dumars blocking a three-point attempt in the corner for I think it was Terry Porter for the Portland Trailblazers, which sealed the deal for a game win for the Detroit Pistons. Um, there's the block. Yeah, thanks, Will, our producer. Um, there's a block by Forrest Grant, the 1993 NBA Finals against Kevin Johnson, who got past him and got a nice block on Kevin Johnson for the game sealing victory, game 6 in NBA Finals against Phoenix. You got LeBron James with this block against, oh goodness, I forgot who he blocked. Oh, Andre Iguodala. That was one of the most, I want to say, key blocking moments in NBA Finals history. I mean, Giannis did his thing yesterday. That was a good defensive moment because he was actually caught on top of the key trying to press Devin Booker, and he knew Devin Booker wasn't going to make that shot because it's too far for a layup. So he knew he had to think on his feet. This is his own press conference interview. So he had to go up and just make a play and not foul for that play. And he made a good defensive block, a great defensive block. I'm sorry, that's a great defensive block. But I digress. My boy isn't here to add on to some flavor for this, so we're just going to keep it moving. Our next topic, I'm going to see if I can bring my producer in because he knows about the sports of boxing and martial arts, MMA, curling. I think is it curling?
Curling. Oh, for sure. You know,
okay.
I love me some curling for sure. What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building. So I'm not a big sports guy, but I can curl the heck out of a puck. So do my thing. Also, MMA. Definitely, this was a tragic situation with Conor and his leg. I think that this was a great opportunity, and of course I spelled his name wrong on the thing. You got to catch me, Dan. You got to catch me. This was a great opportunity for him to come back and to make a stance, back into the MMA world. He had a great looking, fight going. He was poised. He had the Conor McGregor, energy. You know what I mean? The all, everything that Conor does, he had that going. And that, I mean, not to say that he was winning the fight or anything, but he the fight was going well. It was definitely tragic. It was, a horrific situation. I'm gonna show it. It's if you're sensitive, if you don't like to see stuff like this, definitely turn away from the screen for a second. But this
Pure
was
digression. Digression is advised.
yeah, it's the aggression, right. That Conor McGregor aggression, but it backfired on him, and he took a step back while he was kind of defending himself. He had just got a kick off, a low kick in, and then took that step back, broke the ankle. I don't recall how many breaks he had in that, and when he turned it like that, but he was pretty much done. I think he immediately retreated to the side of the cage, and basically, they had to call the fight. There was definitely no way for him to continue. So,
You could have
I
walked it
think
off.
he should have walked it off. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just another unfortunate peg or strike against his career. Yeah, it was definitely nasty, Jamie. Definitely nasty. What up, though? Appreciate you joining as always. Appreciate you joining. I know how you feel. That's exactly how I felt when I saw it. The video was horrific watching it happen, but I think that he's got so much stacked against him each time he walks into the ring. I mean, not that he's got a bad career, but he's just got a bad string of luck this last few fights, between the exhibition fight and then the other fight that he lost, and then now this fight that he's lost by TKO. It's just an unfortunate string of events. He also had the what was that charity situation, that bad publicity on the charity situation as well. Just a bad string of luck. I don't think this is going to stop him. I think once he has his surgery, goes through his recovery, builds that strength back in that leg, I think he could come back. Will people use that against him though? I think that's going to be the problem, because this is a brutal sport.
He already had the surgery, I believe.
Yeah,
Um,
they just was announcing that. I was
was it pins? I think he got a couple of pins in there now, right now. I'm not sure how you can come back from this. Actually, this kind of break. I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure you can with technology now, the way things are going. Maybe if it wasn't in a non-contact sport, like a few years ago when Paul George broke his leg, almost in the same fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's playing just as good as he was before. But the breaks, these breaks are becoming more. I want to say prevalent, but more. I don't know, they're more consistent, or they've been happening a lot more lately. I'm not sure where is that coming from. Like, is it bad training or just
So, his Coach Kavanaugh, did state that McGregor had suffered an injury during training camp, and that even though they understood that he was injured, they continued to have him train and then eventually go into this fight. Um, and then when they did a medical scan, they saw that his leg, his I think it's his femur, was compromised. So that shin, when it broke, it was already pretty much on the way to be broken anyway. Um, so they, instead of doing what was necessary to try to get him, 100%, they continued on with the training and then the fight. I guess it was basically a hairline fracture, and I mean, I don't know what you can do to prevent a hairline fracture from getting worse. Really, to be honest, like you said, what can they do with this situation with his um, broken leg being repaired? But like you said, technology. I won't even say technology. I mean, really, to be honest, they could put a pin in that. I forgot what it's called. There's a thing that can restructure on the bone, and that they'll pin that in, and it'll graft back. With bone grafting, it'll become part of his bone. So that there's that opportunity to repair it. Will that be as stable as his originally unbroken leg? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? he's not a big guy, so that I think that helps, as well as it's not like he's using his leg to literally pick up people all the time. And that is just that could be a leverage thing. He can use leverage to do that. So there's ways he can probably still be optimal, maybe not as optimal as he was in what we can now call his prime, but I think he still has a chance that he can do some smaller fights, things like that, things that won't really aggravate it as he lets it heal. After he lets it heal, rather, I would say at least 6 to 12 months.
Now, oh my goodness, I had a train of thought. Um, the injury that he had.
Mhm.
This is not the first person. There's been other MMA fighters that's come along too with this. Do you think they should be taking more precautions? Like if you get hurt in training, maybe take some time off, or
So yeah, I mean, I personally feel like, hey, what up, though, Sonny? Appreciate you joining. So yeah, I personally feel like this is an opportunity to look at all these sports in terms of how they handle, especially sports where the injuries are either related to or in conjunction with the training, right? When you're injured in a game, or when you're injured in a situation where it's just kind of one of those unexpected things. Of course there's nothing you can do about that. You're already in the game, right? But when beforehand, and you're in training and you suffer an injury, I think that definitely calls for a doctor or a coach to say, hey, you know what, this is not the time to continue playing or continue fighting. You need to heal and then be more prepared in the future. I'm sure they could have postponed this fight at a later date to either allow his shin to or his shin to heal, or to at least get a second opinion on what needs to happen with that fight.
now you're a big MMA fighter fan. How much do you keep up with it? Because watching Conor McGregor since the Floyd Mayweather fight, he hasn't been the same.
No, yeah,
What
that's definitely. I feel like, not. I won't say that was when things started to fall apart, but that was just
a cat?
after things started to fall apart, right? I
I think
think
that was the
that,
catalyst.
yeah, exactly. I think that I don't think that helped. I don't think that helped. He was going into that with the confidence and the swagger that he always had, and I think he continues to have that, but he hasn't had the success nor the stamina to continue doing what he did before. He's been in a couple of good fights, but it's just like you said, it seems like between the losses and the scandals and now this injury, things like I have to believe the injury was either covered up or was dismissed for the simple fact they wanted to ensure that he did this fight to try to get him back going properly in this sport. I don't think that they wanted to wait another 6 months in order for him to heal, because I think they probably felt, in my opinion, looking at from the outside looking in, I think that they probably felt like that 6 months would have hindered or hurt his career even further.
Gotcha. Good take on it. My boy Smooth, he's not here, so I'm not sure how I can really end this show because it's kind of awkward. Not him not him
what,
not
what
being
what
here.
about the playoff situation? What are you thinking about the playoff situation? Like, where's that at now?
The NBA Finals is tied up 2-2. I'm still pulling for the Phoenix Suns, even though they took two bad losses. Uh, Suns in four, no more. So we gotta see what they can do. Hopefully, Chris Paul can play a little bit better. I'm not sure if he looks. I'm not sure if he's injured or not. Chris Paul might be injured. They might be covering it up. But that yeah, NBA Suns and Bucks.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
going
I
for the
mean,
Suns.
I was definitely, I haven't had a chance to watch any of it, of course, but I had saw highlights or the headline when it mentioned that the series had gotten tied up, and I know you guys were talking about the different ways this series could go, and being surprised by the fact that I mean the Suns, I guess that was a bigger surprise about them getting all the way to the finals. What about the Bucks? How did you feel about the Bucks really taking it all in the East and making that happen?
Not totally surprised or shocked, but the odd makers was pulling for New Jersey Nets because they had a stacked squad
Mm-hmm.
of people. Right now, I think it's more just names than actual playing because KD he played I don't know X amount of games. They didn't play a lot of games together to gel to mesh. James Harden was injured a lot. Kyrie Irving, as usual, was injured a lot. I don't want to call them injury prone, but injuries do happen in the NBA in a long season. So we seeing that happen. And then we got Blake Griffin, his injured self,
Right.
DeAndre Jordan, and I'm missing somebody else, but doesn't matter. Because they got bounced in the out the playoffs before they were supposed to. They were supposed to make it to the finals. It was supposed to be an LA New Jersey finals,
Oh,
uh
okay.
AD getting hurt didn't help. LeBron being older didn't help because he was just basically by himself, which shouldn't mean anything because you're a professional.
Right. Right. Yeah. The injuries have been mounting. Right. There's been tons of injuries. I know that became a question about the asterisk. Right. We talked about the asterisk last week.
Yep.
Is this going to be an asterisk season? Because of not only the I think it's a shortened season, but also because of the injuries. Do you think that's going to be a legitimate asterisk season?
No, no asterisk there because if injuries is part of the game,
Mm-hmm.
I mean it's survival of the fittest.
Right.
Right now they are not fit. You see
True. True that.
the I mean, unfortunately, it's that way. If you want to have a proper or a the great NBA season, there'll be no injuries. Everybody be at full strength. You can see who can really do, no one on, no go head to head without any injuries. That would be a great season. But unfortunately, this is what we come up with.
Right. Right. Yeah, I mean it's like you say, it's definitely part of the program, right? I mean, it's why we have an injury reserve. It's why we have injury list and all that kind of stuff. But it's I know it's definitely come up before in the past, but I agree that we shouldn't be putting asterisks on things that are just. I mean, it's every competition is all about skill, determination, but also luck, right? And if
A
you're
lot.
lucky enough to face a team that's not fully healthy or have a lesser team face you because the team that they faced was not fully healthy, it is what it is.
And it happened almost 30 years ago with the Phoenix Suns. I'm going against the Chicago Bulls for the first three-peat in
Right.
27 and a half years. What happened was Phoenix Suns had the most winningest record in the NBA at the time. They had home court advantage. They got to the NBA Finals, and they did it without their starting powerful small forward Cedric Sabalas. They
Mm-hmm.
had a rookie Richard Dumas come in and play lights out. He played great.
Okay.
But Charles Barkley ended up getting hurt in game two of the NBA Finals.
Oh wow.
Hurt his elbow.
Right.
He hurt his elbow. His elbow was wrapped up for the rest of the series, and except for game six. And Chicago put him out. Chicago had more. Their reserves were still there. They were still pretty pretty much more healthier than the Phoenix Suns was because they lost. Oh, and Kevin Johnson actually had a hernia issue because earlier during the season they had a 400-pounder center named Oliver Miller who
Mm.
fell on the floor early during the season.
Right.
Tried to tried to help this man up and had a hernia issue all season.
Oh wow.
So he really didn't heal until the next season.
Right.
So this is part of the process of if you want to have an asterisk, you may want to put it for the Chicago Bulls too.
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah. It is what it is. Well, I think that's a pretty good show. But before we go, I got to do it. I got to shout out uh, the Chaska team over in Chaska, Minnesota, for winning the 2021 Men's World Curling Championships. Because they did their thing, and so shout out to them and for winning that major championship. So go curling.
I'm not hating. It's just unexpected. That's because
I'm a black man that loves curling. I can't help myself.
but you know what? Since you're here, do you watch the Olympics?
Sometimes I watch a little bit of it.
Now, which sports actually interest you to watch, but not actually go out and do?
That not actually do? Oh,
yeah,
definitely the ski jumps and stuff like that. Because I would never ski, but I love watching it. I even played a little skiing video game, Steep. If you ever play Steep on Xbox, yeah, I love that. I love skiing. I love snowboarding. Figure skating. I love watching the figure skaters because I would definitely never do that. I'm a little too big to be a figure skater.
Big man can skate too. Big man can skate too. Okay.
I'm sure they can. No!
Don't do that.
I can attest to that because when my daughters were figure skaters, my three oldest daughters did figure skating when they were younger, and when they did like these different recitals. And at one or two of them, there was this guy. He had to have been 30, 35 years old, and he was definitely a big guy. He's probably like your size or a little bit bigger. And he was not, he was not holding back. My man was on them skates killing it. Yes.
I would love to see that. Well, because you know what? Actually, when we were kids, remember my Commodore 64? We used to have USA the Olympic Games.
Oh, okay. Yes. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do remember though, except this one they never worked for us for some reason. We always had to go to disc 2.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway. Oh man, that's bringing back memories. I remember that.
Wow.
But yeah. So what sports do you watch and definitely would never do?
I can't run no more. So it'd be a lot of track and field.
You say you can't run anymore. What?
Man, all these years of playing basketball on courts and stuff, my knees and my ankles are like, dude. Wow. I actually need surgery on my ankle because they have found bone fragments in my.
Oh dang!
I for a couple of times this year already, I could not put any weight on my foot and my ankle. It was hurting that bad. They took the X-ray of it. I was misdiagnosed, and they said that I actually had a fracture that didn't heal properly.
Mm-hmm.
And I have bone fragments in my ankle now, so I have to go get that taken care of. I'm trying to do this.
So you rather live vicariously through all the runners out there, huh?
Except she's not running, but I'm still going to watch the. I'm still going to watch track and field.
Exactly, man. No, I definitely don't agree with Sha'Carri Richardson's suspension, but I definitely would not be boycotting the Olympics. That's ridiculous. There's tons of other athletes that need our support that we should be rooting on and rooting for. And she's even said it that it's unfortunate, but she did what she did, and she's taking the punishment like a woman. And she's doing her thing to be ready for next year's World Championships. So we can take care of rooting for her at that time. But until then, we have hundreds of other athletes that we have to support in the 2021 Olympics in Tokyo.
Gymnastics. Women's gymnastics.
Yeah, I don't think either one of us are fit for women's gymnastics at all.
I can't fit that leotard to save my life. I'm sorry. Simone Biles, she does her thing. But I was thinking about the 1996 Olympics, how the women's United States team did great.
Yeah.
I still remember some of their names: Dominique Dawes, Dominique Marciano. Ooh, uh, Jeez, she won the all around. No, she won a silver, the all around. Shannon something. I forgot her name.
Hmm.
Wow, I'm getting old. Uh, yeah, women's gymnastics, skeet shooting,
Skeet shooting. That's dope. I like skeet shooting.
archery,
Yeah,
and
I love archery. I would do archery though. I would do
oh
archery. I,
no,
I would probably do skeet shooting if I had the ability to shoot, the skeet pucks that distance. If I had that ability, I would do it. I just know I don't have that kind of aim. I'll probably shoot something else in the sky and be mad.
you're not helping yourself out from the Monday show about owning a gun, right?
Oh, right. Right, exactly.
No, yeah, because that takes a lot of skill and patience, which I have neither
Hmm.
for skeet
Okay.
shooting.
Oh, was it Shannon Miller you were thinking about?
Shannon Miller, yes, thank you.
Yeah, Shannon Miller. I had to look it up. You know me, I gotta look it up.
Yeah, they were my one of my favorite teams. Oh my goodness, and
Yeah,
the
that was the what
woman
2020 or not 20? That was the 96 Olympics.
'96 Olympics,
Yeah.
where the second dream team went, and men's basketball team didn't disappoint
Yes.
us. Uh, and I forgot the woman's name. She actually won on a perfect the women's gymnastics team. She won it with a broken ankle. Yes, you have to look
Broke
it
it
up.
on the
I'm
ball.
sorry.
Very Strug.
Yes, Carrie Shrugs. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
Hmm.
she won it with a broken ankle,
Yeah.
and which was good and bad at the same time for a fan's perspective because are you telling girls to tough it up even at what cost? Or
Yeah.
telling anybody because that could really did some damage to her in the long run. I'm not sure how she's doing now or
Right.
what she's doing now. I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, you should be
Yeah.
tough enough
They
to.
call. Of course, back then they called it unforgettable determination to win, and the perseverance and all kinds of other great adjectives for her to end up like you said being injured, severely injured during that whole situation. What up, Del Smooth?
Man, y'all know I forgot all about tonight, bro. My bad.
No, no problem, no problem.
Can y'all hear
Well,
me?
yeah,
Yeah, we hear you just fine. Yeah.
Uh,
quick run through. First topic: first woman WNBA player on an NBA 2K cover, Candace Parker.
Candace Parker. Yeah. I thought that was dope. I thought that was dope that they finally put a woman on there. Uh, a black woman, even though she's not the best player in the WNBA right now, but I thought it was dope that she was on there.
Mhm.
It's a step forward. They had the WNBA. If anybody had 2K 21, they had the WNBA teams on there where you could play with them. That was like the first ever. That was dope. You know what I mean? So I'm happy she got that. Candace Parker, one of my favorite players, Tennessee, all the way until to the Sparks until now. So you know what I mean? I thought that was dope.
Right,
You know who
right.
I used to like was Skylar Diggins.
Yeah, Skylar, she plays for Phoenix right now. Skylar
Yeah,
Diggins Smith. She played with Phoenix. They got chipped. They got chipped. The women's USA lost to the women's All Star, the WNBA All Stars last night. Yeah, it was a good game. It was good. It's the WNBA version of the All Star game, and
Oh, that's dope.
yeah. So they played the USA team, and they beat the USA team. You feel me? That just lets you know how deep the WNBA is. I tell
Right.
people all the time, if you love basketball, there's no reason why you shouldn't watch the WNBA if you
Mhm.
love basketball because it's good basketball. Don't
Don't underestimate it.
don't
Don't
slack.
dismiss it for sure.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
exactly what I
yeah.
was trying to say.
I was a big WNBA fan back when they really was getting started. They had added the team. in Detroit as well as in the team
Shot.
in
Yep.
Cleveland. And I even traveled to Cleveland to watch a game, and it was dope. Like you said, it was a lot of great players, a lot of great basketball action. Definitely appreciated the game, especially once I started watching it. It was like you said, it was definitely worth the watch. It's basketball, so
Sec- our second
speaking of
one,
basketball.
that's our second one right there.
Okay. Yeah. They did y'all talk about how Bradley Beal and Jeremy Grant had to go into safety protocol?
Oh
No,
So
wow.
they
no,
lost those. Yeah.
no.
So they lost those two players. They already was looking type suspect. So they lost Bradley Beal today. He can't. They trying to get from last I just checked not too long ago. They trying to get Tobias Harris to replace him. Uh, Jeremy Grant, he had went into safety protocol only because I guess he was in close proximity or shared the room with Bradley Bill, but he tested negative for COVID. So he didn't. So he might still travel with them, but you know, uh, that was they just threw them together, bro. They just
Mm.
threw that squad together. They ain't have no type of structure. They ain't even got a big man. You know what I mean? They ain't
Oh
even got a
really?
real big man.
I
Nah,
was
like
making mention of that. I made mention of that
yeah,
because DeAndre Jordan is not really a big man that they can really depend on for
Oh gotcha.
scoring.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe just
DeAndre
rebounding.
Jordan not even there. They got Bam out of Bayou and Draymond Green, they big man.
Yeah, I made mention of
Yep.
that. Draymond is not a
Yeah, he
scorer.
Yeah.
mentioned. Yeah, he mentioned that it was he
Yeah.
was a
I mean, like, why is this? Why are these people here? I
right.
mean, Kyrie Irving is
Exactly.
already Kyrie Irving's already suspect as playing all the games because he's injury prone. I don't want to say he's injury prone, but he doesn't play every game.
Mm.
Yeah. Kyrie not even on the squad. Kyrie not on the squad. They got Dame, Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, who
That's
they
another
other
player.
guards? Who they other guards? They got other players. They got a few other players, but
DeRozan, DeMar DeRozan.
yeah, DeMar DeRozan. They got the dude from Johnson from San Antonio, the young boy. They got a couple young players on their squad. Kevin Love, he's supposed to be one of their big man. He not even. Nah, I mean, I don't even understand how he made the team. Like I said, they got Bam, they got Draymond. You feel me? It would have been nice to have Kyrie on there. It would be nice. A lot of people are campaigning for Trey Young to take Bradley Beal's spot. Some people are campaigning for Zion Williamson because he's perfect for he's if they want to play small ball but still have a big dominant force. Zion Williamson would be perfect, you know. But the USA man, they finally did get a win. They beat Argentina. They blew them out actually, but Nigeria, who beat the USA team, also blew Argentina out. So
Yep.
who know? You know what I mean? So Argentina might not just be that good this year. So, but I expect them to have a lot of trouble, you know, because it's different. I know one of the things they were saying was the NBA players, the USA men's team, because there's a lot of NBA players on these other teams too. That's another thing.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
thinking about that when Dane was talking about how they're no longer they definitely can't call themselves a dream team because they're constantly struggling through these championships. But I was thinking about it like there's a lot of members that they probably could have taken advantage of had they not been part of these other international teams because that's their home countries, right? Or their native
exactly.
countries. So there's competition on those teams that's keeping those teams alive as well.
Manu Ginobili
Yeah,
used to
and
play for Argentina, so
Yeah.
that
yeah,
was a
they
good
did.
fit right there.
Then they win the gold. They won the gold in 2004
Yeah.
with Manu Ginobili, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they said the NBA players were complaining about the ref because the international game, they allow more physicality.
Yeah.
There's a lot
So
of
the
different rules.
calls,
Like far as travels
Yeah,
and rebounding versus goaltending. Once the ball hits the
exactly.
rim, you can grab it off the rim instead of waiting for it to fall off.
Oh
Fact.
wow.
Fact.
Okay.
Yeah, you can completely knock it off the rim.
Yeah.
Completely knock it off the rim.
Yeah, that's the big thing is getting used to those international rules versus college and NBA rules. So yeah.
And those
Hmm.
Euro step that they actually brought over from Europe to the NBA, they let it slide in the NBA because of there's a lot of European players now in the NBA.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What else y'all talk about?
Skip
Oh, Skip.
Bayless and LeBron.
Hater Bayless.
Nah, Skip always hates Skip. Skip been hating.
Yeah.
Shoot, how long Braun been in the year? About 18 in the league.
This
About 18 years.
18
Like
years.
yeah, Skip been a hater since day one. Day
he
one.
no he gave him his first 2 years, I think, didn't he?
Nah, he been hating since day one. Ever since he seen the chosen one on his back, he was like, yeah, nah, man. Because I guess he's such a diehard MJ stan.
Mm,
You know, I'm an MJ fan too. I love MJ as far as basketball goes. You know what I mean? Like MJ, he on another level. But I got Bron up there too. I got Kareem up there too. I
mm.
feel like we can appreciate all of them and stop comparing. But for
Right.
whatever reason,
Especially when
Skip,
they're in these different eras, right? You know, you're not
exactly,
it's not the same.
exactly. Yes, but for whatever reason, boy, listen, they could be talking about hockey
Skip
and,
go through a
and
LeBron stab in.
every time during football season, when they be talking about Tom Brady, be talking about Tom Brady,
Those
and then
Dallas
next thing you know,
Cowboys.
that yeah, they'll be talking about the Dallas Cowboys, and Skip be like, "Oh, LeBron was a fake Dallas Cowboys fan." You'd be like, "Damn, what Bron have to do with the Dallas Cowboys
Yeah,
right now?
right.
We're supposed to be talking about football." You feel me? So
uh,
like, it's weird. It's weird, but he built his career as far as on TV off of LeBron back.
yeah.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. You know, he did
All right.
all that. Go ahead. What you was about to say?
I would say, with that being said, this do you know what was hating him on LeBron about this time?
What?
The block from Giannis yesterday was better
Oh
than
yeah, yeah,
LeBron's block in 2016.
yeah. A lot
I'm
of
like,
them. Recency bias. That's what they call it. Recency bias. You know, a lot of people had that over Braun block. A lot of
I
people
mean,
had
no,
that over Braun block.
but the moment it was a game tying block versus a championship for all the marbles block,
True.
because Andre
True.
Iguodala's layup could have cost Cleveland an actual championship if it would went in. We don't know the outcome, but that block led to a 3-pointer by um, Kyrie.
True. True. It
So
was game seven. Under it was a minute
uh,
and some change left, and you feel me? I was all in. I remember it vividly. As soon as he blocked it, my thing is people forget he only blocked it because J.R. Smith made
undercut him.
Andre, yeah, made Andre Iguodala change his shot up. That's the only reason why LeBron was able to block it. If J.R. Smith didn't do that, you feel me? Brown wouldn't have got the block.
Mm,
That's one of the reasons why I give Giannis block a little bit more credit because Giannis had to play the ball off the pick and roll, and then he had to, in one fell swoop, had to turn around and then like he had to stop the Devin Booker from driving to the hole. Then when Devin Booker just flipped it up with one hand for the alley oop, he had to recover and still get there on time. You know, like Giannis said last night in the press conference, he thought he was
Yeah,
about to get dunked on.
yeah.
You feel me? He thought he was about to get dunked on. So, you know, people forget though. I guess if you want to weigh it as far as the pressure moments, which is more, you can go with Braun. But Bam out of value last year when he blocked Jason Tatum's dunk, for the game. He dunked it. He blocked it with like one finger. Now, I mean, people forgot that happened in the playoffs last year. He blocked that thing
I
with one
did.
finger.
Wow.
Yeah, he blocked that. He blocked that thing with one finger, and it was for the game. That was the conference finals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was to me that was more impressive than both of them blocks. Because Jason
I'll
Tatum, if Jason
go
Tatum
ahead.
had a running, he caught that thing back, and Bam was right there.
I brought up some other memorable blocks for me for the NBA Finals. I brought up Joe Dumars in 1990 for the Detroit Pistons against Terry Porter. I think he blocked his shot
Okay.
in the 3-pointer. Yes, that block
Yep.
was
Yep.
just
That's
evil.
Bam. Yep.
That was just evil. I totally forgot about that one. How
Yep.
did I
And that
forget
was for
about
the
that?
game. Yep. That was for the game right there.
Yep, that was nice. Joe Dumars, 1990. Uh, Horace Grant, 1993 NBA Finals against the Phoenix
Okay.
Suns. Kevin Johnson got past him and he recovered and blocked his shot from going, no, at least getting a
Hmm.
shot off.
Yep.
And I brought up LeBron and Giannis. Yep, that's it.
Yeah. Yep. That was for the game right there. That was for the championship right there.
Game six.
Yeah. Yep. People forget Chris Bosh blocking was it Tony Parker or Danny Green in the corner when they made that comeback and they went to
Oh,
overtime.
right. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. People forget
Yeah.
Chris Bosh
Yeah.
made that
Game
block.
six. That
Yep.
game six.
Yep.
It
Uh
wasn't. It wasn't. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
now go ahead. What you about to say?
I was gonna say it wasn't as impactful, but it was just exciting to see when LeBron blocked. Shoot, the guy from the Spurs,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
Book
about to say it,
Bonner.
Tiago Splitter.
Yeah,
It was
Tiago
Tiago
Splitter. Yep.
Splitter.
Yep.
Yep,
Tiago Splitter.
Tiago
Yep.
Splitter. Yep.
That
He
was it.
blocked it, then he turned around to the crowd and flexed. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that was a dope one. That was a dope one. Uh, I forgot. I remember the playoff one though that everybody forget. You should remember this too. Your boy Tayshaun Prince hitting
Yes.
Reggie Miller.
Reggie. Reggie out of nowhere.
Yep, that's that Tiago one right there.
That was a nice
Yeah,
block. A
yeah, that
small
was a
forward
nice
blocking
one.
the center. I like that.
Yep.
Excuse the women behind me. So
How you doing, Miss Jasmine?
Hey,
they said hi
Dad.
to you. She says hi.
But yeah, that Tayshaun Prince or Reggie Miller, that was a big one. That was a big one too. You feel me? That saved y'all.
And I think the last topic was Conor McGregor.
Oh, oh, broke leg.
Yeah.
There go Tayshaun. Oh, broke leg. You seen y'all seen the chain Jake Paul made?
Yes.
No, no, I didn't. You have to send it to me.
Yeah, show you that chain. Well, he gonna give he actually giving it to Dustin Poirier, and Dustin Poirier said he gonna auction it off for charity. Oh, I'm surprised you ain't see that, Dave. Oh
Man,
man,
It was
I,
hilarious. He's always trolling, man. He always.
yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I get a better picture.
You remember when Dustin Poirier beat him last fight and how he was laying in the corner? So he may got a he went and made a chain out of
not even. Where was I at? Wow,
it.
that's not even.
He was slumped. He was slumped in
Yeah,
that
he was
fight.
he was slumped. He was slumped. I think we got to start giving Jake Paul some credit for
For
trolling,
pettiness.
man.
Yeah, for trolling.
Yeah,
Serious.
man.
All
Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
he
now,
up there.
now non-sports topic right here. Who's better? Who's a bigger troll, 50 Cent or Jake Paul?
Ooh,
Man, 50 is a troll king, though. I mean, Jake
yeah,
Paul.
yeah.
Jake Paul is definitely on the troll come up, but 50 is a troll king.
Yeah.
How,
I
how,
might, yeah, I'm gonna have
he
to go with
he
50 on that one. I'm gonna have to go
he
with
he
50.
bought he bought all the tickets for Ja Rule's concert for the first few rows.
Just to make sure they were empty, bro. Like that's terrible.
That's
Just to
petty.
make sure.
That's pettiness to a different level. I would never thought of something like that.
Who got the money for that? Like, like I'm
Exactly.
just
Exactly.
gonna toss
Who got the Who got the time for that? You feel me? Like
right. Who's just gonna
that's
toss
the
$30,000 down the drain just to keep that man's concert empty, make him look crazy? Like, bro, he still got
that's
paid though, but he's like, but you're gonna look foolish. You look like a
you
damn
gonna
fool
look.
out there.
Like, but who can perform?
Oh
Like,
man.
that's like performing in front of a no crowd for the NBA. It's like it's not the same. It's like,
Yeah, right,
wait, I'm out here doing a concert. I ain't got nobody here.
right.
I might gotta say, yeah, 50 by far now. Because when you think about it, 50 show no mercy to anybody, man. You see how he did, how he doing Young Buck now. You feel me? Young Buck was his boy.
Yeah,
You feel
exactly.
me? And
Right. With friends like that who need enemies.
exactly,
He did
like
it. He did his boy Floyd terrible. So
Oh my
exactly.
god.
Yep.
he don't hold no punches back. So
No,
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely 50. 50 is a troll king.
Word up. That man that made songs about these dudes. Uh, what was the did y'all remember the skits he used to do about Rick Ross?
Not Rick
Y'all
Ross
remember them skits?
with his
Yeah,
girlfriend or baby mama rather.
yeah, like them was classic. I used to be like, man, this man don't even need to make music no more. He just need to do this. You feel
Exactly.
me? Oh man,
Yeah,
I'm sorry I was late, man. I totally, man, it's been a long. You already know how this week started, so
yeah. No doubt.
it's been a
No doubt.
long week. Today was a long day, so my
Yeah.
bad for
Tell him,
being late.
tell him where to get at you, bro.
Nah, I mean, y'all can get at me at Trenton Groomy on Twitter. Follow my blog at kingstruth.com and check me out on the King's Truth on Snap. You already know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you hit me up at another level up on Instagram, Agent Dlo on Twitter, Shinlo 21 on Twitch, and Agent Shinlo on Xbox and PlayStation Network.
And it's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Get at me everywhere at Willie Styles, IG, Twitter, TikTok, Willie.Styles on Snapchat, StylesRadio.com for the hot tracks. I'll be back next week for that, as well as WillieStyles.info for all my links. Appreciate you guys for letting me
Shout
join
out,
in.
shout out to Willie, because Willie don't even do sports. He let
At
y'all
all.
know he don't even do sports at all, and he came and held it down for me. I respect that.
Yeah, no
Okay,
doubt.
before we go, I asked Willie. The Olympics are coming up. What event do you watch but you can't do, or don't do?
Oh, the diving,
D-
the diving.
You said what
Jumping
was
off
it?
Like
of
the diving,
Oh, diving. Yes. Yeah, man.
not, and I'm not talking about the springboard. I can do the springboard. I'm talking about the flat when they just
Yeah, when they
jumping
just come
off that
off
flat.
that higher board.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, I would. Ever since I was a little kid, I don't want to. Was it Luganis
Yes. Greg Louganis
that
bust
hit
his
his head,
head.
bust his head? Oh no, I said I would. That to this day, I'm scared to do that. To this day, because I flipped and I flipped off a porch before and came too close and smacked my head. I've
Ooh.
done that before. You know what I mean? So I can only imagine coming off. That thing is still. That's a
Mhm.
still thing. And hitting your head. Oh God, no, I can never do that. I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
never do that.
he got clipped bad. Man, they had to go in there and get him. They thought he was gonna
Yeah,
drown in that mud.
word up, word up. So that's the one event that I can do. That
Hey,
I wouldn't do.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. All right, fellas, appreciate y'all again. And go ahead, move. Let them know.
See y'all on 7.
14.
14.
14.
Right? All right. Good night.
All right, y'all.